Hi Sagittarius, it's Viv from Wisdom Released and welcome to your week ahead reading from Monday the 25th of June through to Sunday the 1st of July. I'm using Los Caravello Tarot and I'll be pulling 8 cards, one being the central theme of the week and one for every day of the week, Monday through to Sunday, so 8 cards altogether. While I was shuffling, 2 cards fell out of the pack. That was the Sun card and the what was it now? Oh, it's just gone straight out of my head. There was the Sun card, which is blessings and clarity, and the other one's just gone straight out of my head. So hopefully that will come back to me as I'm doing the reading. Okay, as I say, I have shuffled. I shuffle a little bit more and I'll cut the deck. Okay, so the central theme of the week is the Tower. I have the Moon card, the Emperor, the Fool, Justice, 3 of Wands, 8 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. So this is really interesting. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana and 3 of the minor. The central theme of the week is about change. I love this card, the Tower card. It's one of transformation. It's one of it's like it's like a necessary change to structure that there's been in our lives. It's like we've built something up, and insight that we gain suddenly that occurs to us. Perhaps it comes from a bolt out of the blue, but this is definitely coming from the divine with the eye in the sky here. That something really changes structure in our lives this week, and it's a welcome change. There are people that are falling out of the Tower, so it might be that you fall out with people this week. There might be conflict, and indeed as I'm looking at the cards, there's the 5 of Wands. So it may be that there's some conflict this week, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. And because that's from the minor arcana as well, it's like these things they don't have to become a big deal. That they are easily or can be easily resolvable. But this is the overall energy for the week. It's one of change and transformation and things occurring to you that changes structure in your life. Monday's card is the Moon card, and it's the opposite of the Sun. So the Sun that fell out of the deck while I was shuffling offered clarity. And perhaps it's offering clarity, because it's very much like the eye in the sky here, on things that are hidden to you at the moment. There's maybe not enough clarity in your life about how to move things forward, either in a relationship, in a particular situation at work, something at home, maybe perhaps something between friends. There's a feeling of not enough light being shed on the situation, but enough light for it to be a warning signal. It's enough light to capture your attention and to alert you to something going on. There isn't enough light for the crab here to venture out of its natural sort of habitat, really. And your crabs are sort of, depending on the type of crab, they're equally at home on land or sea. But this is it's looking more like a pentacle, I have to say, it looks more like a coin, and it seems to be rising out of the water rather than slipping back. But it's there's not enough light for it to make this journey between these two howling doggies here. So all in all, there's a feeling of disquiet on Monday. Things are not clear. And on Tuesday, it seems like we're still sort of playing the waiting game. We're waiting for clarity. We're waiting to see how things are going to pan out. So we have the figure here who's looking off into the distant horizons, waiting to see what comes around the corner. So it's something that he feels passionate about. There's a fire that's burning here at his feet. But things aren't very clear because that fire is creating this smoke here, and maybe he's getting the wrong signals. Maybe he's not sure of the signals that he's getting. It's just that things are a bit clearer than they were on Monday, but he's still not quite sure. So there's a feeling of waiting and seeing around Tuesday. Wednesday is all about feeling much more in control. Our attention has been drawn by something that has come in. So we have seen now something that has made us look in a particular direction. But we feel much more secure. We feel much more assertive. We feel much more powerful, comfortable in our own skins. It feels like we know what we're doing. There's a definite feeling of security that comes with the Emperor. So with this feeling of security, with this knowing what we're doing, we are perhaps on Thursday making the decision to turn our backs on something and walk away from something that's not serving us anymore. We are leaving something behind, even though it may have looked like a good thing. This is an 8 of Cups. It's not the 10, so it's not something to celebrate yet, but it was nearly there. But we're having the courage of our convictions. We've had this flash of insight, which is upsetting the structure that we have created for ourselves, maybe the sense of security that we've created for ourselves. We've just seen that, you know what, this isn't really working. This isn't really going in the direction that I wanted it to. This isn't really fulfilling my purpose. This isn't really speaking to me anymore. And so before it goes any further, I'm going to walk away to something more fulfilling and much more attractive. I'm walking away in search of these other 2 cups, and then I can start the whole process again. So he's walking towards this fountain, which is very much like an Ace of Cups here. He's walking towards like the source of a new beginning. So it's not so much a negative card, this one. It's a realizing what you want, and it's a real sort of inner strength to be able to walk away from something when you know it's not right, and towards something else that speaks much more to you. And strangely enough, here we are on Friday. Don't you just love how these stories unfold, eh? At the beginning of the Fool's Journey, we've walked away from something, and we're walking towards something new. Bright new day, bright new start, and off we go. We are setting out, we're throwing caution to the wind, we're taking a risk. And that might be the kind of insight that you've had to take a risk, to turn your back on something, and to move in another direction, is not going to sit well with other people. You know, it's not fitting in with their plans, it's not fitting in with their ideas and views and opinions of this is the way things should be. How dare you go your own way? How dare you make a decision all by yourself to turn your back on something and do something completely different? But you have to, you have to follow your path. You can only be guided by what feels right for you. And these cards, I feel, are asking you to connect with your inner self. I mean, the moon is all about intuition as well. If things aren't clear in the real world, in the world of form, it's like, what's your intuition telling you? You might not be barking mad, even though it might appear like that to other people. So on Sunday we have justice. So we have balance, we have truth, we have a sense of doing the right thing, of following your own path. And here I'm drawn by the baby in the basket there. It's sort of like embracing this opportunity, this beginning with sort of like a childlike naivety. It's like there's an innocence to it, and you're doing what you feel is right. There is something new that is being birthed, either a project or a business, some scheme or opportunity that really helps to secure your circumstances, your situation in the real world. There's truth here, there's balance here, and there's a determination here. What's true for you may not be true for somebody else, but the only thing any of us can do really is be guided by what feels right for us to do. So there we go, Sagittarius. I hope that's been useful for you. I hope those messages have resonated. That's it for this week. I'll be back next week with another reading for the first week in July, and I do hope you'll join me then. And until then, take care.